maybe even emptying out the garbage. All right, the chore we're gonna do is clean out the bathtub. Okay, reason why that's been on my list is because Mariah took a shower yesterday morning, and allegedly, this is what I used to pick the hair out. You can make this out of any clothespin. Allegedly, when she did that, the water was rising up. But then something that I realized was there was like a piece of cloth that she had left. Let me make sure this is all the way. There was a piece of cloth she had left, and like right on top of the baking soda. I'll grab the white vinegar in a minute. There was a piece of cloth she had left, oh snap, a cord, right on top of the drain. So that piece of cloth was not allowing it to drain properly. Where does this go to? Oh goodness, okay, so this is for this battery. These are for these, their own, they hold their own. This is for that. What is this for? Is this for the Christmas tree? No, the Christmas tree's got its own. This seems to have for its own thing, but it's not for this. All right, I'll just put it over there. Okay, and the piece of cloth just happened to be right on top of the drain. So without realizing it, it looks like there's someone in the bathroom. Oh no. Oh, beautiful. Okay. All right, turn this light, turn that on. I don't know if that takes air out, but let's open the window. Because I think it's still cool outside. I'm not sure. One thing I don't like about this is that this is here in the middle now. I don't know if you can see that visible dirt. Oh, how do I turn on the camera? Oh, whatever. You guys are not gonna see the visible dirt. This is a piece of cloth that was obstructing the path for when Mariah was showering. And I believe that caused it to make it more so that the water built up higher, as opposed to as if she wouldn't have had it. All right, let's turn that off. I'm not gonna mop there just yet. I do need the vinegar, and then I also need a screwdriver to remove the top of the drain. I'm sure everybody's setup might be a little different, perhaps, or maybe a lot of the manufacturers make it the same. Ours is a flathead right there. This is the one I usually use, I believe. And I'll show you exactly how I take it off. Where's the white vinegar? Right over here. Great Value white vinegar. We all know that the white vinegar, along with the sodium bicarbonate, causes a chemical reaction, which helps get the stains and the dirt off. I think the YouTube channel, My Action Labs or Short Action Labs, I forget the name of it. He's very, and also Nile Blue. Nile Blue is his name. Nile Blue is excellent with different types of well, I don't know how I feel about this carpet, but let's just keep working. All right, so first thing, let's remove this with our hand. All right, I'm gonna pause the video so see if I can get the camera going. So it's gonna be 2 takes. There, camera's on now. All right, so now we remove that, and now here, oh, I could already see something blocking, like big time. We can take that off. Oh, there's a piece of paper with hair on it. We gotta try our best not to get that hair anywhere it's not supposed to be. All right, this is gonna be hard. Holding the phone with my left pinky. I'm trying to get this in frame. You gotta make sure you put enough force so that you don't strip a single screw that holds that down. Oh, I think some water's like dropping. Like, well, this one's an X67 or whatever it's supposed to be. It could go like 1 meter underwater for like X amount of time. Alright, I think I can take it off by hand. Oh, look, there's already hair on it. Alright, let's switch hands to get the hair out. That way I have less chances of turning it off by accident. Oh, come on. I'm putting my hands inside that garbage can. It's disgusting. Alright, I left the baking soda out here with this. So now let's twist the part that's twisted like that inside here and try to get as much hair out. Yeah, you gotta be used to human waste product. So essentially, this is like just one step above like doing like maybe an autopsy on a human dead body. So if you can get your bearings straight over dealing with this junk, you could possibly endure, you know, if need be. Well, first you would have to learn formally. Like I took, when the other day I was talking to you guys about how I went to the campus in downtown, and like right here where in this county where I live, and this gentleman was talking about an energy solution that had to do with the waves from the oceans, because the heat from the sun heats up the atmosphere, and that causes all of the ocean waves. Oh, that's disgusting. We gotta clean this up too. I don't know if you can see it. Look at all that. That's just gotta get cleaned up. So we're gonna hit that up with, first with the sodium bicarbonate, and then alright, that was enough hair. That's good enough for now. I'm not gonna go crazy. Alright, so let's put this aside. Alright. Let's put this, we're gonna have to scrub this in a little bit because we want this to look nice and clean. This, yeah, if it could be scrubbed, we'll scrub it. Let's try to get this out just for now. So, I don't know exactly where to put it. It's dripping water, so what we're gonna do is put it right here in the sink, which we're gonna clean afterwards. And then now, take this out. I forgot a spoon. Very important. I like to have a spoon handy when I use sodium bicarbonate. You don't really need it. You could just pour it out the bag. But for me, it just feels a little bit more kind of like, you know, I eat with a spoon and a knife. So I figured, mother fudge, if I'm going to be scooping out sodium bicarbonate, whatever that is, out of a bag, might as well do it with a spoon as well too. But speaking of spoons, I can go for a coffee, which I am not gonna record that right now, but So we are taking a little break, coffee making break. But I will be right back in no time. The light didn't turn on. Alright, I made my coffee. I couldn't find my 7-Eleven cup. I had left it around the corner. So I settled for Bebe Philippe. I don't know if little baby Philip, he wouldn't remember that. Babies don't form memories till they're like, what, like 8 months or a year? I don't know, 2 years. Oh, it's a spoon. All right, I want to make the coffee first so that the spoon that I keep 2 spoons aside. This one right here, this is a tablespoon, so that's 15 milliliters, which is 3 teaspoons. The directions, according to this coffee, is 1 tablespoon per every 6 ounces of water. So I'm supposed to use more than this, but I use just that and it comes out just fine. Anyway, so let's use this spoon. This is the spoon that I just used right now to mix my coffee. Let's dry it up a little bit, which means my famous tripod. Yes, that's right. It's called First World Solutions, baby. Some people call it, is it Negro rigged? I don't want to be offensive and say the N-word, but for some reason I remember it like that. Like they say, oh, rigged. But I guess because I'm white, I'm not allowed to say that, because in the past, some people's ancestors were hurt by it. You know something? If you're still caught up about your ancestors, and that includes me as well. Like if I'm caught up about like my parents or my grandparents and their suffering, I mean, I guess slavery is something completely different. So I cannot, let me turn this off and turn it back on. Oh, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of shots. There we go. We got light. Let there be light. Yeah, I guess because it has to do with slavery, it's different. But nonetheless, the people whom are alive right now, they did not perform that labor. It was their forefathers. I could understand 100%. And this should have happened a long time ago, but that's the reason why Abe Lincoln was killed. Because I think, who was one of the first black people he allowed in the White House? Frederick Wilson or something like that. Abe Lincoln was already starting to have talks with African Americans so that he could, you know, establish a dialogue, you know. Because Abe Lincoln, you know, like, even though, like, the war, it didn't, like, slavery, the Union was more important to him than slavery, he was still a decent person. He still heard out, you know, like, people after the matter of fact, you know, even if that wasn't his main priority. And everybody kind of knows that by now, like, at least people that spend enough time on the internet, they all know that. 2 things. Oh, did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican? Yeah, we knew that already before the internet, actually. But I don't know where they would think he was a Democrat, to be honest. The whole thing with the parties, they went, like, the parties changed, like, completely, like, through history. But yeah, Abe Lincoln was part of the Republican Party, and if, from what I heard, now this could be urban legend, was that he was starting to have talks with fellow free African Americans in the White House, you know, and this is, you know, racism is something that we live with right now still, you know. I mean, look at it, just, like, you got people that are still related to people that were, you know, in Germany, that were part of the national party, whatever. We got Italians that were, you know, part of their national party or fascist party. It's all over the place. I mean, even like in China, look at China. Look what China's doing to like the Uyghurs, or those people that they practice Islam. In China, the Han's Chinese. Let me show you guys what I'm doing over here. I'm trying to make sure I get enough of this here, wherever I see stains. Oh, my glasses came down. That's kind of good. It's just a little hard against the wall here. But we will fix that. Now, so Abe Lincoln was having talks, from what I understand. Now, I didn't read this anywhere. I heard this. I don't know if it was from a YouTube video or I just heard it somewhere. Maybe just another site on the internet. I'm not sure. Probably YouTube, only myself, because that's the only place where I get most of my education from, which is kind of sad. It's like the equivalent of people that get their news from Facebook. I'm no better. It's just I go to YouTube. But at least in YouTube, people can call people out. People can put sources, and then you can kind of get a feel for your favorite creator. You know, if they have integrity, you can more or less. All right, I turned it off by accident. Let's see how far we got. We started putting baking soda just about everywhere. I got put over there in that corner, and after that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of a little bit of white vinegar, not much. Because since I already got so many scenes, I want to start preparing them on my little book. In other words, i.e. or whatever. Start getting the book ready. Yeah, it's hard to get it from this up on the side, so we're gonna use the little sponge. Alright, let's put that right there. Leave that right there. And now let's look at the really cool chemical reaction. Oh look, a spider. Let's see if we can get in close. Ooh, that spider moved fast. Oh, it kind of went away. All right, let's get the really cool chemical reaction of white vinegar with baking soda. Alright, that's good for right now. Can you guys hear that? It's nice. So what I like to use, I had a green brush in here somewhere. Well, here's a blue one. This will have to do for now. And how do you call it? Alright, let me start getting the mother effing time slots ready, which means I gotta go to my little book, my little Happy Easter book, and start getting this video prepared. This is not your normal chores video, because normally it's just one shot, one clip, but this one is taking a couple because I had to do a couple different things. And in the beginning I wasn't sure what chore I was gonna do, so it took a little while. So this is gonna be a not good chore clip, but whatever, they don't all come out the same. Alright. 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 We've got to sit here for a good half hour. not take a lot to get most of the dirt out. I don't know about this white brush that I'm using, but it's taking the dirt off. It's got to put a little bit of muscle into it. That's always most important, most of the time, when you're cleaning some type of dirt or stain. I don't know if you can see the dirt coming off, but it's coming off. Alright, here's my right arm. It is hurting. This is my coffee spoon. Let's rinse it. That's the mat, it's gonna be wet. Alright, so now let's put this right here. Oh, I wanted to clean that right there. Oh shit. The rest will, you know what, let's get this little corner here. Alright, now we got that corner. Let's put this stuff back up there. Let's change this to this, which is that. Alright, as I rinse, I can see the parts where the dirt did not come off completely, which is okay. So it's a good thing we're rinsing, because then that way we can see where it's left over dirt. We'll run through it one more time. And we'll try to take off as much as we can, if possible. And if it's really hard to take off, then we will have to try to think outside of the box for the next step. I'm not gonna use any more of the active ingredients. Instead, I'm just gonna brush where I feel like I see dirt. It's already looking pretty clean. The little bit of dirt that we do see is very, 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 very minute. So it's not going to be anything that's going to be bothering anybody, especially considering the state of how this was before. It was, to be honest, it was truly disgusting. But people shower, they focus on the soap, they focus on the water, they're nice and relaxed. A lot of times they don't pay attention to the cleanliness of the bathtub of which they're in. Especially when it's one that they use day in, day out. Most people, they tend to get the feeling that that dirt was caused by land, so there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's not something that's gonna cause some harm. I imagine. I don't know. I just got off the phone with my sister Laura, bless her soul. Laura's a very smart person. I try to give her a little bit of my advice, which unsurprisingly is something that she was already fully aware of, which I'm not surprised, but I kind of have to disagree with her a little bit. I mean, first I'd have to meet the staff, so I really cannot make a conscious decision yet as to whether hold on. I have to meet the staff to see what kind of people we're dealing with, because there are people who get comfortable in what they're doing. Sometimes they think, oh, what I do is something that is hard to find. And yeah, a lot of times it is hard to find, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of times, people, like I said, if you do an apprenticeship, you're more than likely going to learn just as much as you would have if you did like a college course through just an apprenticeship. Alright, let's put this down right here. Get that little spot right there. That was good, that's good. Alright, this is looking clean. It's looking beautiful. Even this part right here. After this, we're gonna move on to the sink. There's a little spot right there I could not get. So the towel's getting the edges without getting the floor wet. Let's clean this up a little bit. Right now, my back all the work that we've been doing. This is part of the reason why alright, it's dark, you can't see it, but we're done. This is the last part. So I wish I had better lighting. I really do. If I had better lighting, that would be effing the SHIT. Let's put this here. Let's move this. Let's move this. These are the cleaning products for the tools. We did not use this. Instead, we use this with a handle. I use this single-handedly, which is probably not a good thing. Alright, this piece right here, let's do a little scrubbing to that piece. Actually, we got quite a little bit of dirt from there. Alright, so the first thing that goes in is this. We can turn it around a few times before we have to use the screwdriver. Do it by hand. I don't know if you can see this. You might not be able to see that low. Now we got the screwdriver. Get in this right place and apply pressure. Strip it. Oh shit. The phone fell. Alright. The top. That looked like it was about to happen. Alright. Now the second part. And then the third part. This part can be cleaned a little bit more. These are the finishing touches, which is important. Oh fuck, come on man, come on iPhone. Let's just move it up. It's not gonna be able to catch what I do at the bottom. But I'm just getting a little bit, the finishing touches on the part that you push down if you want to have a bath or just have a regular shower. All right, and then we put that on and that's it, finito. So for the final part, let's take the tools out. The two tools that were underneath the sink, I'm gonna put those back in that place. Everything else we're gonna take back to where it was in its place. The sodium bicarbonate is in the kitchen. The white vinegar is in the garage. The hook that I used in the garage, and the screwdriver is also in the garage. Let's put these back here in this place, and we also gotta put back the carpet, and also we must not forget that a part of this was the we have to clean the sink where we wash our hands, because that was not looking good at all whatsoever. Oh, look over here. I'm gonna clean this with my nails. Alright, that'll do. Okay, that's a chip. That's where that wasn't coming off. You can run my hand through it. Make sure there's no more. It's just white vinegar and sodium bicarbonate. It's not anything. It's not anything that's gonna react, like cause any burns, any chemical burns or anything like that. Let me move this here so that I can get the corner. Alright, and now let's go to the last part. Grab the carpet. We put it right back where it was in the very beginning. Oh, cerrar. My battery's very low. Okay, that's the bathtub. Alright, I'm gonna charge the battery so that I can then show you this part right here, which is not looking too clean. Okay, ahora esto es aquí como quedó. Miren para que vean cómo quedó blanquito. Aquí todas las manchitas que estaban ya se fueron, ya todas están limpiaditas. Y queda un poquito de agüita. Miren eso ahí, cómo se ve más brillante. Okay, let me continue in English. I decided to leave the sink for another moment because this took a long time and it took way longer than anticipated. Part of the process to finish it properly, you have to put everything back to where it was originally at. So in this case, I'm gonna guess where things were. I'm not 100% sure, but that has a simple solution, because the people who use these products with frequency, they will possibly tend to notice, they'll be like, hey, that's not supposed to be there. And I will guarantee you that more than likely, they will also not notice that the bathtub has been cleaned. They'll just jump in it as normal. And that's a normal, that's like a normal tendency for human beings to do, is to not be fully aware of, this will be our next project, which we might either do today after I eat, or if not later. But for the meantime, let's look at how beautiful this came out. All right. Thank you for watching.